I pour it, that Hellcat, I floor it. They was hating on me, hit the dealership and crushed them. Bankroll too big, got me hell.
What is up, guys? It's Upcom Sports here with my top 10 NFL quarterbacks ranking list going into the season. Make sure you drop a like, link to the upload schedule in the description. Comment your top 10 down below in the comments. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button with notifications on. If you haven't already or you're new to the channel, make sure you go down and check out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Madden 20 Realistic Franchise. It's a really cool series if you like Madden, if you like franchise, or if you just like football in general. So go check that out. 2 episodes already out on that series on my channel. As with any ranking list, there will be some disagreements. Just let me know in the comments if you think I disrespected your favorite quarterback, or you think someone is not in the top 10 that should be, or you think someone shouldn't be in the top 10 that is. But here are some honorable mentions. Big Ben, obviously not as good as he once was. Dak Prescott, but I didn't feel like these guys quite yet have made the list, or they're out of the list, out of their prime. Matt Stafford, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, Big Ben, and also Baker Mayfield. These guys could get back into the top 10 at any point in their careers. Very talented. I just don't have them in the top 10 going into the season. To start off this list, at number 10, I've got Phillip Rivers, and this one took me a long time to figure out. There's a lot of guys that could merit the 10th spot here, but I chose Phillip Rivers because he's still a really good quarterback, really great quarterback. He's just never really won a lot in his career, which makes me not put him as high, but I do think he's still a top 10 quarterback going into the season. He might have regressed, so this is just going into the season, what we saw from him. He did get to the playoffs last season. At number 9, we cannot forget about the MVP Cam Newton, who won a Super Bowl. I know he's not the most accurate quarterback, he uses his legs a lot, but he's still a really good quarterback and super talented. Was an MVP. In his MVP season, he looked unstoppable. Won a Super Bowl for the Panthers. Hasn't really quite lived up to that in the past years, but I think he's still super talented. He might make the playoffs this season and make a shock. Number 8 on this list, I've got a quarterback who a lot of people underestimate and underrate in my opinion, and that is Jared Goff. He led the Rams to a Super Bowl this past season, and he was just a little bit away from beating Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Very accurate with the ball, doesn't really have a lot of turnovers, and good decision maker. And I think he just plays smart football. He's not the most talented quarterback. He's still got a lot of talent, but he uses his brains along with his arm, which makes him a really great quarterback. Another former MVP quarterback on this list at number 7, Matt Ryan, who also faced Tom Brady in the Super Bowl and lost to him. So 2 back-to-back quarterbacks who lost to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Matt Ryan, what can I say about him? Former MVP. He looked electric in his MVP season, and he's been inconsistent, which is why he's not higher on this list throughout his career, but still really great and can get back into that MVP race, I feel, this next season. Number 6 might be a shock here, as I've got Andrew Luck, but he is one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league. He's just got that X factor that people don't really take into consideration that much. He's got talent along with leadership. He makes great decisions. He's just gotten injured a lot. Hasn't really had a great team around him for his career. I think he's set for a breakout season this next season. Might even be in the MVP race. I don't know. I'm feeling like that a little bit. At number 5, I've got a guy who a lot of people did not believe in him at the start of his career, and that is going to be Russell Wilson. And he's paved the way for a lot of guys like Kyler Murray and other guys who are undersized at the quarterback position. So that is huge in my books, to take a position with your height and then just pave a way for other guys. That has got to put you in the top 5. Not only with his talent, his leadership, he's got a better core around him. He's set for a good season this coming up NFL season. Up next at number 4, I've got a guy, Drew Brees, who's coming to the end of his career. He's still got a couple more seasons left, and he is one of the best to ever do it at that position in NFL history. One of the greats, and also a little bit undersized like Russell Wilson, but a lot of talent, leadership, can read coverages, just does it all. Drew Brees done it for a long time now, and he still got it, I believe. He's set to be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. At number 3, I'm going to have Patrick Mahomes, who won the MVP last season, but a lot of people are going to say he's the number 1 quarterback going into the season. I still don't believe that. I think he's the most talented, or second most talented quarterback behind Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think he is the number 1 quarterback going into the season. I think he's got a little bit more to go. He's only done it for 1 season. These other 2 guys have done it for a way longer time, so he could be number 1 for next season. At number 2, I've got Tom Brady, who is coming off of his Super Bowl ring. Yet another one, which is hard to believe, but he is still just as good as if he was in his prime. I can't believe it still. Like, he still tears apart defenses, doesn't have as much of an arm as he used to, but he's so smart. He knows exactly what to do in every situation. He's the GOAT because of the rings, but he's not as talented as Aaron Rodgers. Still the number 2 quarterback going into the season. And the number 1 quarterback going into the NFL season for me, as a Packers fan, you can say it's biased or not, leave it in the comments, is Aaron Rodgers, but I think a lot of people will agree with me. A lot younger than Tom Brady, has a lot more of an arm, makes spectacular throws that once in a generation you will see. I think he's the most talented quarterback in NFL history, not the GOAT because he hasn't won that many rings, only has 1, but still the most talented going into the season. But make sure you drop a like, leave a comment, what's your top 10, and any suggestions, anything, leave it in the comments. Road to 500 subscribers.